The legendary Pokemon Zamazenta is once again in 5-star legendary raids, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the best strategies and counters for this legendary raid boss, as well as all the reasons why you need to raid for it. Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so some of the most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon GO and for the foreseeable future is currently Crown Sword Zacian as well as Crown Shield Zamazenta. Now, between the two, some people have argued that Crown Shield Zamazenta is going to be just a little bit more powerful and a little bit more useful, specifically because of Behemoth Bash, and that is a very powerful move that is great for raid battles and also when it comes to Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. But I will say that between the two, Zamazenta is one of those Pokemon that is quite unique, and now that it is currently in raid battles, you should definitely raid for it. Of course, this is going to be the Heroes of Many Battles form. It's not going to be the Crown Shield form of Zamazenta, and that means you're not going to be able to get Crown Shield energy, which you need in order to transform your Zamazentas into the Crown form. However, you could still pick yourself up a Perfect IV or something close, and possibly even a Shundo, and that is something that in the future, if you were to collect Crown Shield energy, you would be able to transform it. And I think that's the big reason why you need to raid for Zamazenta right now, even though you might feel like you don't need it. Of course, the non-crown forms of Zacian and Zamazenta, they're not necessarily as good as the crown forms, but still, they can be transformed as long as you have the energy, and even though you're not able to get that energy right now, you could still get the base Pokemon for a future time, and I think that's something that's incredibly important. Alright, so with all that said, now let's get into the strategies and the counters for this raid boss, because overall, it is incredibly straightforward, and you're gonna see why. Zamazenta, the Hero of Many Battles form, is going to be a pure fighting type legendary Pokemon. This gives it 3 weaknesses, which is going to be Fairy, Flying, as well as Psychic, and it's going to be resistant to Bug, Dark, and Rock type attacks. And if you want to get perfect IVs for Zamazenta, you're going to want to look for one that is 2188 or 2735 if it is weather boosted. And considering that Zamazenta is a pure fighting type, it's going to be weather boosted by cloudy weather. Now to take down Zamazenta, you're going to need a raid group that consists of either 4 to 5 trainers, and if you want to challenge yourself, you could do it with just one other trainer, as long as you both have the absolute best counters. Speaking of which, let's go over those right now. Zamazenta is a pure fighting type, which means these counters are going to be the most ideal, specifically Mega Rayquaza with flying type attacks, as well as Mega Gardevoir with fairy or psychic type attacks. Then you got Shadow Mewtwo with psychic type attacks, and then regular Rayquaza as well as regular Mewtwo, all with psychic or flying type attacks. Then of course, when it comes to budget counters, you have Alakazam, which is actually a really good psychic type, and then of course, regular Gardevoir is really good as well. Okay, so needless to say, this is a very easy raid boss as long as you have the number of trainers as well as the right counters, and it's incredibly straightforward. Compared to most other raid bosses, this is one of those that is quite easy. You don't need any kind of really complicated raid teams or anything like that. Just go with anything that counters fighting types and you're good to go. And another thing is, of course, this is the Hero of Many Battles form, so it's going to be a little bit easier compared to the Crown Shield version of this raid boss. And I think because of that, you should definitely do a couple of raids because the amount of effort that's going to take is going to be a lot less. But also, if you are lucky enough to get yourself perfect IVs, then in the future, you will be able to get that very powerful Crown form, and that is because you're likely going to get Crown Shield energy sometime in the future. And maybe some of you already have a whole bunch stockpiled. That's also something that you should consider, that if you can already get yourself a Crown Shield Zamazenta, raiding for this boss is definitely going to be advantageous because, yeah, it is going to be something you could transform into the Crown form. You don't need to raid a Crown Shield Zamazenta in order to get one that is eligible. Pretty much every single one of them are, as long as you have the energy for it. So yeah, I think for that reason, you should still raid for this boss, even if you feel like you may not need it. And yeah, with all that said, that's going to be it for this video. Share your thoughts regarding this raid boss down below. If there was a particular tip that I completely missed, make sure you share it in the comments, and also let me know when you think we're going to get that Crown Shield Zamazenta raid to get that shield energy. I would like to know what you think. Make sure you share it, and let's have a great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to support my channel, the best way you could do that is, of course, hitting the like button for this video, and make sure you subscribe if this is your first time here. And also, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also, make sure you check out the links in the description below. One of them will take you to my Patreon page, and if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, you could do that by joining my Patreon, because I add all of my patrons. So yeah, if that is something that interests you, make sure you go and check it out. And also, there is a link to my Etsy store, which is kind of like my side activity. I'm making a whole bunch of merch for anime and K-pop. So if those are things that interest you and you want to get something really cool like this shirt that I'm wearing right now, this is the straw hats, all as little dogs. It's a really cool shirt. If you want to get that, go and check out my Etsy store. And yeah, with all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.